Look at that beauty. Guys, welcome back to Notch EV. I am standing here in the parking lot and I want to just make a quick little video about all the things I love about the Gravity, because so far a lot of my coverage is on the things that need help, and I'm afraid that that skews as everything looking kind of negative, and that is not the case at all. And some people, one person thought I was paid by Tesla. Totally crazy sounding to me, but this is unbiased, and I want to make sure that I cover everything on both sides. So this is just going to be about stuff I love about the Gravity, just to make sure you guys know that these bugs in the beginning of this whole life cycle of this car are not ruining it for me overall. I just am bringing them up to make sure they're documented and to make sure people know. And I don't know if anybody at Lucid would ever watch this, but if they do, maybe it helps their data points. So let's just go over what's going on in here and some of the things I really like. Raining, we got the Gravity getting its first weather, getting its first rain today. Looks good. I love the way this car looks in black. I didn't mean to make fun of people that bought different colors, but this is New York and I love black. I'm in black. This is just the way to go. I just like this. I think it looks good this way. The styling of this car is interesting because it is not what people think of when they think SUV. It's not the big boxy shape of the Rivian, which people really love. I think personally, there's little aspects of the Rivian that I don't love, but I do think that nice big boxy shape is a really cool look. So if the Gravity also had a bigger boxy look, like a G-Wagon or a 4Runner, I think people would love this car even more. But what you give up for that look is a lot of efficiency, and you would need a much bigger battery to do what you do in this car. So from a design standpoint, I really like what they've done with this, even though it's not the traditional SUV look. I think that it's worth it to lose the boxy form. And I think if people think of this as like a super dope Subaru Outback, then it's going to change the whole perception of this car. I love these little handlebars, whatever you call them, these grab points. The auto presenting has worked really well for me with the key fob present. And I think that what's really cool about these is that with the extra comfort and convenience package, they are just really easy to open and shut. And it's kind of funny because you expect to have to pull on this like hard to make it open, but it's almost just like it's like a button in reverse more than actually yanking it to pull something out. But it opens up really nicely. And then obviously when you close this, ooh, it just cinches in. Love that. Tires and wheels, I think they look great. It's a very efficient look, and it's fine by me. The trunk here, this is good. This is where I am just blown away coming from Model Y. This mattress that I have here that I've slept on, the way that you see it looking in this car, it took up the entire back of the Model Y. And here you get all this extra space. So I love that. You also have the extra space in here. Right now there's the tow hitch in there. I have to do some experimenting with that. Don't really actually know that much about towing. It's nothing I've ever done. And then I have my adapters still. I love that they give you a very high powered CCS adapter. I've never used it yet. Even at Ion and stuff, they have CCS handles now, which makes everything really easy. You got more storage here with the toe, whatever you call that thing, for hooking to the front. Love that. And then on top of that, you always can pop this subfloor open and you have even more space. And these little latches, I freaking love that. I often would be struggling with the floor of my other car, and I couldn't, and it's just nice to have this held up. So I keep like a toolbox in here. I keep all the essential things I think is good to have. Some cleaning supplies, spare shoes, you know, some boots, high rated extension cord for 120 charging, and it all just sits in here with nobody even knowing it exists. And I totally love that. Also love that we have power out here. We got power back here. This is awesome. The reason I love this is because that is a 1800 watt capable outlet. And just to show you, I also have one of them down here. Can we see this? Will it focus? Sorry, it's a little bit dark in here. There's another 120 outlet there, also 1800 watts. And then lastly, we go here, we click front trunk, that pops open flawlessly, never had any issues. And then we have the third one right here, 1800 watts, all simultaneously, meaning you can get your fridge. I want to find one. I got to find a fridge that fits in here. You get a fridge in here, you got your milk, you come back here, you got your coffee maker plugged in here, so you're brewing coffee back here, keeping your milk cold up there, and then in the middle, who knows what you're doing. Maybe you're making coffee in the middle, and maybe you're out back into here with your electric skillet or something, cooking breakfast. So all in all, everything with the power package comes together really, really awesome, in my opinion, that you can output that much. I have some funny plans and some things I want to try with that coming up in a video, like as soon as I can. Who knows? As you guys know, I'm really trying to get out a lot of Gravity content quick. The trunk though, the Frunk, I'm sorry. I love this Frunk. You got your washer fluid up here in a super convenient, easy place. You're not having to reach back here trying to pour a bottle. And then the space in this is huge. And then you have the latch right here that you can click and hold for a second and then let go. And then that'll close it. That way, if you're stuck inside, because it's so big, you will not die, hopefully. You want to camp in the Gravity? That's obviously something you can do. I've done it, and it is the best experience ever. Combine that with what I was just talking about with power. This thing makes an awesome camper. You don't need, I've seen, although I've never done it, I've seen these kind of like overlanding type of channels, and all that stuff seems really fun. But the way you have to like rig up a gas car with inverters and all this stuff just to have power, it's all solved with an EV. And you don't need to buy separate like air conditioners, and you don't have to run tubes and stuff around. You got power, you got AC, and you got space. So maybe you're not overlanding in like crazy places, but this thing can get like 90% of the places that most people want to go. And that is really dope. Check this out. Right here, I'll hit these two seat drop buttons. I'm gonna whip around to this side so you can see what happens. You click them, the front seats move a little, and then these drop flat. And you get the ultra flat bed. You unroll your mattress and you're camping in here. Now, check this out. This gap, when I slept here, I put just like a folding table there to bridge it. It was fine. I've had some other thoughts. I think even a really, really thin, like 1/4 inch thin or less piece, like let's just go with 1/4 inch piece of wood, would just, with a little bit of overhang here to like here, I think that covers that up, and with the dispersed weight of your body, I think that would be perfectly fine. But the point is okay, I'm in here now. Let me reverse the camera. My back is like weird against this, so I'm not utilizing the space right. But you can see where my feet are right now. I'm 6'1" and I'm not even using this space up. This is freaking awesome. Like, this is where I want to die. You can just bury me in the gravity, and that was a good life lived. These back here, cup holder, nice. I love that. Never gonna use it, I don't think. Actually, maybe when camping. If you had the 7-seater, you'd have power here. I don't have that, but you got it on both sides, and it's awesome. I also love this glass roof. That's awesome. Interior design on this car is, I think, arguably one of the best, and it, unlike the outside design, it's harder to rebut that this is not amazing. Let's go over here. To put the seats back up, you grab, oh, there you go. That's a little bit of a thing. You got to move the front seat. Let's just pull that up a little bit. They move it for the down. They don't move it for the up because that's not a digital event. Push that up, grab the seat, click that in place, and you're done. I personally just like to grab this and then lean these back a little. I just think it looks kind of nice. Let's do the other side. Done and beautiful. Let's close up the trunk. It's getting windy out here. Trunk button, nice and easy. Love that. Cool blinkers on the inside because the whole tailgate raises. That's one of those things that people talk about with legal things and how that's pretty rare to have. Also, really tough to see because it's buried in there. Rear view wiper. And I love that too. Also, we're right here. Click this. That is an AX port. I absolutely love that. It's been awesome as a previous Tesla driver, not having to like change my ways, let's say. That makes it so easy. And then it comes with the right adapters. I can do anything I want. I've got all the options at my fingertips. As more and more NAX ports show up, the easier and easier that gets. Not even worry about adapters. You see you got 90% opening on the rear door. Love that too. Let's close this front door and I'll hop in the back seat. These buttons right here, these lights, you just graze them with your finger. You don't have to press anything. They turn on. That's cool. I love that. You got grab handles, because the other thing I love about this car is it's 828 horsepower. So people, when I'm driving, are gonna be holding on for dear life. That's a guarantee. Right here turns on all the lights for the entire car. That's cool. You can do that from the front. I absolutely love the legroom back here. It's insane. And I absolutely love these tray tables. I think that is so fun. It's so unique, and you've got grooves for what do you call it? For people's like devices, whatever they use, so they can be propped up while also having 45 watt power there, and as well as having the outlet down there in case you need even more power. So this is just really, really cool. And then you can just stow it away easy. What else do I love? Click this button up. Privacy shade. Never had that before. Love that. Put it back down. You know, build quality back here is so nice. These doors You know, they're not freaking, I'm grabbing and yanking. Nothing feels all, you know, nothing's all creaky, cracky. Everything is strong, and just the build quality feels great. Across the board, I have really not found a lot of anything that makes weird noises, you know, other than my complaint that the seat motor. You've got your climate control back here. This is cool, obviously useful for people. Heated seats if you want it back here. Love that. This is, I'm pretty sure that's like a microphone, but I'm not totally sure. Got a little lighting here. Love this roof. Love this front windshield. I probably would say make sure you have glass coverage in your insurance, otherwise you might be kicking yourself. But I love it, and I love this roof. It's good looking back here. You got the rear vents. That's awesome. And then these seats are just very nice and comfortable, and I love the look of it. This Tahoe leather option is great. The thing that I actually really like about the fact that I ended up getting the Tahoe, because I was originally with Yosemite, but literally the weekend before I found this inventory car, my in-production Gravity had Yosemite seats, and I sat in a Yosemite version of the car, and this panel on the front as well as the back is more of a textured fabric, and it actually was scratching my elbow a little bit. I know that sounds weak, like, damn, get some thicker skin, but this is very, very comfortable on the skin and or a, what do you call it, like a thin shirt. But we're coming into winter, so less and less thin shirts required. We get to have the real clothes on again, which I really like, but maybe we'll drop some of our range. Let's go up to the front for more loves. From the passenger seat, things to love. Great room. You can change your vents without talking to the driver. This stuff all feels nice. It's cool. It's very, like, we got the wood, we got it's like felty square pattern, and then we go into this soft tech, I don't know what you call it. That's what I think another company calls it. And you even got a strip of the leather up here that continues on. If you have HUD, you should even get lighting under here, which I don't have. That's kind of cool. But this is like all the nice leveling, stepping up. It looks great, feels great. Good texture here. This is all, not a lot of creakiness here either. Oh, this is kind of like the fabric. It's a little bit like rough. That's kind of like what I was saying would be on the armrest. This though all feels great, and it feels roomy. You've got your mirror here if you want to look at yourself, because that's what you want to do. This is funny. They have to put a battery in here, like watch batteries or whatever you want to call them, because these aren't attached to anything. Sort of funny. Got my Easy Pass in like a black silicone thing here. Use your buttons. Oh, I have that set to glove box. Oh, speaking of the glove box, I love it. It's really, really big. I think that's the biggest glove box I've ever had. It's not too tall, but it goes down like my whole arm past my elbows in there right now. And that's pretty cool. If you hold this down, you can change what it does. So I can change it to seat ventilation. And then if I click this down, I put on my cooling seat, where I could click it up to do hot seat. So you can control this stuff pretty easily as a passenger. And then you have your nice glass sliding thing here. This whole panel moves. I have a lot of stuff in here. I keep some things for like cleaning the car. This I need to vacuum up, definitely. But this whole thing is just so big. I love that. Let's move to the driver's seat. At first, was a little nervous about the squarish steering wheel, but I actually really like it, and I got used to it really quick. It's got a nice feel. It's got a nice circumference, I guess. And what's kind of nice about it is driving position. This thing, the top of the door card here, I used to rest my arm up here while I was driving in the Model Y. I don't do that here. It's actually very comfortable to be down low. And in here, in this mode, when you're in Dream Drive, and you feel very confident in this position and very comfortable and relaxed, rather than being a little bit like your shoulder crooked up, which I found that I was always doing before. So this is really cool. The driving position in here feels really good and comfortable. And then you tack on the other thing, which is massaging seats. You've got awesome, fun massaging seats to make the drive that much more fun. And on that note, I should say I love these seats. Like, from a design standpoint, I think they look awesome. And from a construction and feel standpoint and massaging, I also think they're just awesome. You got the bear there. You got the bear there. Lucid's really paying attention to little details, I think, and nailing it in the construction. So I'm very happy up here. Let's go to, I'll shut this off though. Okay, screens, I love them. They're very cool. Driving, let's put this at my eye level. You see kind of, this is around my eye level, so I could see a sliver of the dash behind the screen here, meaning that the screen's not interfering with the window. It's just in the right place where everything lines up really nicely. You've got your vents and your nice wood trim, the like leather sort of continuing under here, which is nice. And then the dark sort of Alcantara headliner really looks good. Visibility, I also love. I've heard people talk about this and visibility. I have yet to notice any issue with it. Even in driving in places like Manhattan, where there's people and cars everywhere, I'm not noticing a problem here with visibility. And it's always, you can't do this with the phone. The visibility out the back is really good too. And you've got your cameras, and you have the little warning light on the mirror that shows up. So you feel really good. Here, click camera right here. Oops, I clicked it too long. Click camera right there. You've got your camera there for visibility, bird's eye. You've got your front cam, and you've got your rear cam. And if you want, you could do standard or wide. I mean, it just makes it like a little bit crazy. I don't know what you do with wide. And then tow hitch. If you're towing, I guess you use that to line up. That will be something I try eventually. This stuff was all good, whatever. All this feels really thought out. They've done things very nicely with either touch or swipe. Same thing to get whatever you want. You got your trunk stuff, your wipers back and front, and headlights and defoggers. It's always there on the screen, so you always know where it is. Really good, really well thought out. I've mentioned this I put it up in a short because I just thought it was kind of cool. Tesla recently, I feel like, has been on the news about, or maybe it's just on YouTube, not the news, about their, their emergency release. And Lucid does this the right way. You pull this little knob here, this to exit. And if there were no power and you needed an emergency release, it's the same exact thing. You just pull it farther. So you never have to find yourself thinking in an emergency. It really works well. What do you see there? That's a speaker. There's 20 or 22 of them in here. These speakers in this car are amazing, and the sound system is something to love. I haven't even been able to try Dolby Atmos because I don't have any subscriptions that use that. So that's high on my list, but I need somebody that owns Tidal or something to give me a login so I can try it. I gotta see what friends I have. And then when they eventually get CarPlay, Apple Music has Dolby Atmos capability as far as I understand. I don't have Apple Music, I have Spotify, but I know people that have Apple Music, so I could easily test that easier. In conclusion, what I'm hoping that this video shows you is that I love the Lucid and I'm not all negative on it, and I hope that I didn't seem biased, because the commenters and the depths of the internet that often can perverse reality. There's been a few people, very rare. Honestly, the amount of subscribers that have come in recently, everybody is so nice. And I'm actually like really shocked. And you know, what do I have? I've got like 1,300 something subscribers now. That's so massive feeling for me. And that's like nobody in the grand scheme of the world. But if anybody saw me, please say hi. I met somebody on the highway the other night who was really nice and just wanted to see the Gravity because it's so unique right now. So all in all, what am I trying to say? I have shown a lot of negatives, but I wanted to show some positives. And I don't work for Tesla. I don't work for Lucid. I'm actually, I'm not employed by anybody. I'm like an independent contractor. So nobody really owns me in any aspects of my life. And take that for what you will, but I can do what I want, which is kind of fun. Thanks for watching. The Northeast is getting cold, and so that's going to change some of the content probably, but thanks for watching. Subscribe if you would like, it would really help me. And I'm really excited for the future and everything that's happening with the channel right now. And I hope to bring you some great stuff soon.